like me. Maybe it is so short.
Well, it took me about 30 minutes to set up this tent. This soil is really, really rocky, and it was very difficult to get the stakes in the ground. My hands are freezing now. Thank God it's not below freezing outside, but my shoes and my socks are soaked because everything's wet. You know, if this doesn't clear up by tomorrow, I'm just gonna have to reroute and probably stay on the Spanish side until the weather gets better. So after looking at the map, I think I've decided I'll stay on the Spanish side. I guess that's the GR11 until I reach the highway just east of Aneto, or just west of Aneto, and then I'll do some road walking, reconnect the HRP a little bit east of where I am, and then try to get to the Renclusa Refuge, and then if the weather looks okay, try to do a summit attempt of Pico de Aneto. Well, overall, last night was not too bad. It was really windy and really rainy, but my tent held for the most part. It stayed dry inside. I've also taken this opportunity to lay out my stuff in the sun to try to dry it out, because I swear I had an extra pound of water soaked into everything. So it's worth the time, I think, to dry it out. Last night I was talking with an English guy, and he and I had an early dinner last night before I headed up to that col up there. I got to the second waterfall, and at that point the weather was just not looking better. It was really windy, really wet, and I just felt like, you know, if it's this hard on this side, then it's going to be even more dangerous on the other side. So I decided to bail, and I slept down below that second waterfall. So Nicholas tried to get up to the cabin up there. The cabin was locked, as many people were telling me, and he went back down to the Refuge and dried out. And in retrospect, that would have been the smart thing to do, was just to stay at that Refuge last night. Everything's more clear in retrospect. Last night I thought I could make it, but I don't know. It's a character building exercise. So as a hiker, obviously you're not taking showers every day, so I just scratched my butt, and of course at that moment there had to be 3 trail runners right behind me. So I went down to the campground to buy supplies, and I bought 3 chocolate croissants, 2 regular croissants, and 2 bags of potato chips, and that was really the only thing they had. And I got 2 Kit Kat bars from the other place, so I think I've got enough. I've got to hike this highway up to where I get the trail to Refugio Renclusa. I'm trying to hitchhike because this is such a thin highway. I'm using that as an excuse to hitchhike, but I don't want to get hit by a car. Looks like I've got a good 5 miles of road walking, which even at 2 miles an hour is going to take me 2.5 hours. So I was lucky enough to get a ride from a woman who was going to her job, and then she told me that there was a bus that I could take that would take me up to the trailhead to the Renclusa Refuge. So I have probably cut off a good 2.5 hours of walking, which is great because it actually gave me a chance to sit down and rest. And they had a little store there where I bought some candy bars, so I think I'm good for food. And right now I'm headed up to the Refuge. Hopefully I'll get there in time to get dinner and maybe even a room, which is apparently rare here in Spain. I guess they had a lot of cancellations here, so I'm in this dorm all by myself. There's like 16 beds in here, but no one's in here except me. And then there's a group in the other room, but there's doors between these rooms, so I'm just sitting here. I've put all my shit everywhere. The dinner was really good, except that I didn't feel like they had a proper dessert, so I don't know, I'm just craving something sweet. Okay, we made the decision to not try that thin rock ridge back there. Just didn't feel comfortable doing it, but I'm gonna call this the summit and call it good. Just had a shower, looking forward to dinner in about 10 minutes, and I am just gonna collapse. I am wiped out. I think my body really needs another good night's rest, you know, because I've been pushing 20. I even did one 30-mile day, and that just, the collectively lack of sleep just wipes me out.